Hello everybody, welcome to another beautiful day. It's early spring, the snow is melting, and I find personally early spring to be the worst time for photography. For one, yeah, the weather warms up and it gets me motivated to get out more, but you know, the trees are still bare. There's no vegetation anywhere. The remnants of snowstorms lay in idle patches. So you can't, there's no more winterscapes, there's no more snowscapes. There's no vegetation anywhere. What do? What do landscape photographers do in early spring? How do you make your images appealing without the flowers, without the greenery, without the snow? Well, that's going to be my mission today, to see how to take a composition and make up for the lack of vegetation and the lack of snow, and so on and so forth. So we'll see. I'm at a beach right now. You can take beach photography any time of the year and still come away with beautiful images, but when it comes to the woods, when it comes to landscapes and other terrains, it's quite tough, and you're quite limited in the early spring. But hey, let's see what I can come up with. Okay, now got the camera set up, found the composition. Again, springtime, no green color, no vegetation anywhere to be found. But what you have to make up for that, for the lack of vegetation, for the lack of leaves on the trees, you have still a little bit of snow on the ground, which gives the terrain a little bit of charm and character, and the more elements the better, right? So yes, no leaves, but we have snow, and more importantly, reflections. The reflections in the pond really will make this image come to life and pop, and it's one of the things you can do in the early spring is bare trees make for really nice reflections, especially on, you need still pond water like this. It's absolutely beautiful. Looks good. Okay, so I found this big old tree here. Got a lot of moss on the base. I just don't know what to do with it. I want to do something with it. It's beautiful. It would make an interesting foreground element. Problem is the background here is just muddled with broken twigs and broken branches that we've had from the past storms this month. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of cleanup, and maybe maybe something will come about. Okay, I got the camera set up there. I'm gonna take that big old tree and use it as a foreground element. So there's some beautiful birch trees there also in the middle of the frame. As you can see, they have still retained those brown leaves that survived throughout the harsh winter. Beech trees typically rarely shed most of their leaves. They stay on until the new ones are ready to sprout, which should be any week now. So they still make for some beautiful, beautiful, colorful images in not only early spring, but in the winter time too. You can find some nice color in the middle of the woods. Anyway, we're at f8, shutter speed 1/60th of a second, ISO 100, focus on the tree stump. Looks good. Well, there you have it, folks. Again, I hope today I proved to everybody that you can take interesting photos in early spring and make use of whatever snow remains. And for one thing, you got a lot of melting snow. I took advantage of that. And a lot of trees, like for example the birch trees in the woods, are the only trees that have their leaves on them, and so they really stand out in the woods amongst the bare trees, because beech trees retain their leaves throughout the winter, like I said. So again, all these little things make late March, early April a unique time to take photographs. And you know, and also what I mentioned about the bare trees making for good reflections on the water, on pond water. Yeah, bare trees make for excellent reflections, better than if they were full of leaves, unless it was autumn, of course. But in the summer, I prefer to shoot bare trees for reflection photography than full ones. Well, that about covers it. Whatever images you did not see already in the video, you are about to see at the end of the video. Please subscribe, please like, share these videos. It would really help me out, and I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Until next time, bye for now.